What is the hidden history of light, painting, and photography? Imagine creating glowing images with just a handheld light and a camera. That's what light painting is all about, but its story is more fascinating than you might think. Long before it became an art form, light painting started in the late 1800s as a scientific tool. Photographers like Étienne-Jules Marey and Georges Demeny used tiny lights attached to moving objects to trace motion during long exposure shots. Their goal was to study movement, not to make art. These images are considered the first examples of light painting, even though they were meant for analysis. In the early 1900s, scientists like Frank Gilbreth and his wife Lillian Gilbreth used light trails to analyze how workers moved. They used open shutters and lights to record efficiency, turning light painting into a way to understand human motion. This scientific use laid the foundation for artists to later adopt the technique. The shift from science to art happened in the 1930s. Avant-garde photographers like Marey began experimenting with light in creative ways. In 1935, Marey created a series called Space Riding, where he used a small penlight to draw in the air during long exposures. The swirling patterns looked like abstract art, and some even included his signature, revealing a deliberate artistic choice. Barbara Morgan took this further by working with dancers. Between 1935 and 1941, she used handheld lights to capture the flow of movement. Her images showed energy and motion, emphasizing the beauty of movement rather than static scenes. In 1949, famous painter Pablo Picasso teamed up with photographer Gjon Mili for a shoot in Life magazine. Picasso used a small light to draw in the air, and the camera captured his light sketches. This collaboration helped make light painting popular and showed how light could be used to create three-dimensional art in space. Modern light painters like Dean Chamberlain took the craft to new heights. Starting in 1977, he used colored lights and long exposures to make surreal portraits and scenes. His work proved that light painting could be a full art form, not just a photographic trick. Today, light painting relies on long exposure photography. The camera's shutter stays open for several seconds or even minutes, allowing the artist to move lights in front of the lens. This technique requires careful control of exposure, aperture, and ISO settings to balance ambient light and the brightness of the lights used. There are three main types of light painting. One is light drawing, where the light source itself is visible in the picture, like drawing shapes in the air. The second is light painting, where the light illuminates objects or backgrounds but the light source isn't visible. The third is kinetic light painting, where the camera moves during the shot to create abstract patterns. In night and astrophotography, light painting is a creative way to add interest to dark scenes. Photographers use handheld lights, LED tools, or even natural light sources to highlight foreground objects or add artistic effects. Digital tools make it easier to control exposure precisely, see results instantly, and edit images afterward. So, the hidden history of light painting shows how it evolved from a scientific method to a creative art form. Its roots in long exposure photography and manipulation of light in space and time connect it to both traditional techniques and modern digital imaging. This history helps us appreciate the craft and inspires new ways to use light in photography today.